By the divine authority of the Templar, you are hereby exiled to the forsaken shores of Reclast. You have transgressed against God and consorted with sin. Find your redemption, exile, or die in the attempt. Swift and silent, you stole the bounty of others. A crow that plundered. You were born with quickness of body and sharpness of mind. How have you paid for these gifts? With innocent blood. Yours is a predatory profession, the business of butchery. You have stolen many a life to fill your purse. Now you will earn your redemption in Reclast.
Nothing like a brisk dip to start the day. Now where on God's arse am
I? You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. This place is crawling with criminals. Find something you can defend yourself with. That'll do for now. I thought I saw some smoke rising just north of here. Could be worth checking if...
Is it possible to murder someone who's already dead? Low on mana. It's nice not being dead yet.
saw what you did to Hillock out there, Shadow. Your murderous art is the reason you're here, in exile, and it'll be the one thing that sees you through to another dawn. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of that putrid giant. Back in Oriath, I feared your kind, condemned you from afar. In Rayclast, I don't have that luxury. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater. What little help I can offer is yours.
A sodden shadow staggered from the surf and surveyed the somber strand. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, exile. Easy, lad. You could poison a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. Alas, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion. There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Here, got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards. Don't bother thanking me. The way I figure it, the longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives. Founded by Marseilles Lioneye as a supply station for his campaigns against the Karui. In its day, Lioneye's watch could be defended by just a small garrison of well-armed legionnaires. What have I got? A handful of starving criminals with driftwood clubs and rusted hatchets. The Eternal Empire has some right nasty leftovers. Whether it's something in the air or in the water, no one stays dead in Rayclast. Not the first time. It can take a little while, but sooner or later corpses wake up and go looking for breakfast. That hat Bestel wears? Saw him pluck it from the real captain's head right before the cannibals barbecued the poor bastard. Waste not, want not, I suppose. Yes, Bestel's got a gift for telling tales, but I'd never call him a liar. The truth's always in there. You just have to listen for it. Nessa's the one keeps the rest of us from losing our minds. To be honest, when she first arrived, I didn't think she'd survive more than a day, 2 at most. She's been proving me wrong every dawn since. Heard a bard once sing that the fairest flowers bloom in the foulest places. She's bloody well right. I've seen many an exile pass through Lioneye's watch, and many more that simply pass on. Those letters are my way of keeping track, of remembering. Oriath might want to forget us all, but I'll be damned if I will.
I witnessed your battle against Hillock. I wasn't aware your people had such abilities. My name is Johan, and I'm from the Far East. My people, the Kalgurans, are attempting to build a settlement near here. We could use someone with your talents. You know the land, you know the dangers. Will you join us? I'll await your answer in Kingsmarch. I witnessed your battle against Hillock. I wasn't aware. You don't appear to employ the power of runes, like we Kalgurans do. I'm very curious how you accomplished what you did. I see that you have upon your person one of those so-called virtue gems, but Nessa allowed me to borrow one, and it did nothing as far as I could determine. Several of our people were already here in Rayclast, undertaking expeditions of their own. When their outpost reached a certain size, the king, in his great wisdom, gifted them an official charter and a name. I was sent to aid in the execution and management of that charter. I serve as the king's hand.
There you are! How goes it? I don't know how it's seen on Rayclast, but smithing is something of a fine art back home. We smiths aren't priests, not by a long shot, but we do study the science of runes and the philosophies of meaning and will. That education allowed me to forge myself, much the same way I would a sword. A man makes his own destiny. Runes are just another tool in that glorious struggle. I am the only runesmith this side of the sea, so the best thing I can do for Kingsmarch is lend it my skills. I don't know how it's seen on Ring. Runes are a complex science and a delicate art. If a smith doesn't understand their nuance, they'll only produce equipment one might call cursed. For that reason, novice runesmiths are rather dangerous. There is an energy in runelight, and power in verisium and other metals. Runes channel those forces, like signposts or diversions altering a river's flow. The final meaning is the sum of what you've engraved. It means exactly what you told it to mean, for better or for worse. If you encounter any verisium, do bring it to me. It is the most effective of all rune-smithing metals. It doesn't occur naturally in the ground. It only falls from the sky. The how and why of such events, I'll leave up to the priests and their calculations.
You know anything about fish being... What do you need? A name and a charter might have been stamped on it from afar, but this is our home. When we first arrived on Rayclast, we picked this spot out as a good place to stash some supplies. And now it's going to be a city. If I had it my way, I'd call it, I don't know, Kingsmarch or Borg. I'd even take Rogswaith. He deserves a little recognition anyhow. We're still on our grand quest, as Danig would put it. This is just base camp. Of course, the longer I'm here drinking a good beer and relaxing in a bed, the harder it is to get back out there.
Why, hello. What can I do for you? 20 years ago, when I was in my first year, a certain High Templar picked me out of a crowd of Academy engineers. I was taken to the Chief Archon's laboratory, among other staff and guards. That building held a functioning map device, and it was my job to repair and maintain it. Several terrible things happened there. But I learned more high science on that single job than I would have in years at the university. Good thing, too. Engineer reporting. This place is going to be grand. When that handsome Danig spins his tales about the years to come, I can see it as clearly as I see my inventions in my head. I'd rather be working here than for the Templars any day. This place is going to...
Is that the exile I spy? Ahoy there. Well, as I understand it, the Kalgurans we see here are not, how to put this delicately, not the finest wines in the cellar. Some of them are part of official guilds back on Middengard, but most are dissidents, criminals, and suspected rebels. You are an exile from Alioth, just as they are exiles from Kalgur, if not in name, then in circumstance.
Tolis, Oscar, Naya, Thea, and Sven. I won't forget. And someday, I'll make sure those bastards remember.
Welcome to Kingsmarch. I'm something of a people person. That's to say, I handle our talent pool.
Fair Mary
the
Lane
Meridian
should be
Free Traders,
sailing
my
high,
guild, send me
not
here to
stuck
assist
here
in
in
executing the charter. I connect laborers and specialists with those who have available jobs and capital. I've heard you may be making some decisions around here, so we should definitely do business. It's not the most auspicious office I've worked in, but it certainly puts me face to face with the people of Kingsmarch. I consider it an opportunity. Things operate rather loosely here, but back home, almost all official business is done through one or more guilds. For example, you cannot simply open up a shop and start selling goods. All designated locations for shops have a process that must be undertaken. There are a set number, and they're all currently licensed to major merchants. Every few years, a new license is created and bid upon by interested parties. Those without the familial wealth to get in on the game, so to speak, may consider moving across the world to new lands where regulations are not so strict. It's the best argument in favor of a move to Kingsmarch. Bring your family. Start a new life. Welcome to Kings...
I'm glad you decided to join us. I hesitate to call you exile, for we are all exiles in this foreign land. As the King's Hand, I serve as treasurer of Kingsmarch. Come to me for all financial and resource management matters. We have contracted Captain Faustus of the Fair Marilene for ties to the markets of Rayclast. Speak to him next. I am certain we will all be working together very closely. You don't appear to employ the power of runes, like we Kalgurans do. I'm very curious how you accomplished what you did. I see that you have upon your person one of those so-called virtue gems, but Nessa allowed me to borrow one, and it did nothing as far as I could determine. Several of our people were already here in Rayclast, undertaking expeditions of their own. When their outpost reached a certain size, the king, in his great wisdom, gifted them an official charter and a name.
I spend far too
I was
much
sent
time
to
here.
aid in the execution and management of that charter. I serve as the King's Hand. I am from Kalgur, on the continent of Midgard. We have reached Rayclast by ship. The journey was quite long and quite dangerous. Eventually we may be able to open trade with Kalgur, but for now, we are on our own. A reckoning is coming, have no doubt about that. The king has his eye on Rayclast, and he lays far-reaching plans. Only time will tell. I make no secret that I'm a man of two loyalties. I must serve the king's wishes, and I must also serve this charter to the letter of the law. I'm aware that Kingsmarch is a destination for many that would be considered less than upstanding citizens. So long as I directly see no evidence of crime, sedition, or another rebellion, there is no conflict of interest. Kindly do not discuss your thoughts in my presence. I choose not to waste resources on a gilded office. It is here, in the tavern, where drink and loose talk best meet. My presence may, hopefully, keep any dangerous talk to the shadows, where it belongs.
Hail, as these Kalgurans say. You've just met your most important ally in this strange new town. I am Faustus, the captain of the Fair Marilene. Consider me your access to the wealth of Rayclast. There's not a single market I can't reach. You've got currency, they've got currency, and thus I shall be your most esteemed facilitator, for a small fee, of course.
Next, you should familiarize yourself with our recruitment processes. Introduce yourself to Raulf, hire a recruit, and then return to me to discuss placement.
Tolus.
Oh, Johan and Danig brought you on. Don't worry, I'll get all the necessary paperwork shortly. I'm Raulf. The Meridian Free Traders, my guild, send me here to assist in executing the charter. I connect laborers and specialists with those who have available jobs and capital. I've heard you may be making some decisions around here, so we should definitely do business.
The fair Merryling should be sailing high, not stuck here in port.
I've got plenty more. List of workers
eager
to sign up. Oh, Johan and Danny. It's a cornucopia of talent. Hail! Who would you like to hire?
Ah!
Hail!
Hey. Good day. That is my name here because I have chosen it. I choose to leave behind that which I was, for it was assigned to me. Forced, not given. Family names are the ties that bind. I'd rather work than stand around gossiping, if that's all right.
use it. Name's Tujin. I'm the harbour master around here, but there ain't much to master, if you catch my drift. Could use some investment in our docks and shipping. Name's Tujin. Oh, the smell of the sea salt on the wind.
Hail!